Good morning. It's Tuesday. This is Draze and Kira in the morning, and I'm Draze,
And I'm Kira.
and he really wanted to introduce himself today because
Yeah,
if you remember at the end of last episode, I kind of took his glory and
my
outroed
glory.
outroed yourself. So it's a good day for episode 2 because it's Tuesday, so the day of twos, and it fits. So. How was your week or two? I mean, we haven't really done a podcast in 2 weeks, so anything exciting happened to you?
Not really. I just was basement dwelling.
Basement dwelling.
Basement dwelling.
You give gamers a bad name because when people
No.
say they have no lives, they just point to people like you.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe. Not
Anyways,
really.
I was at the beach last week. We were down in Oceanside for a family vacation, so it was pretty cool. We saw there was a lot of like jellyfish and stuff washed up on the sand and stuff from the ocean, and we saw this massive jellyfish. It was like foot long, like washed up. It was dead, but it was on the beach. Did you know that dead jellyfish can still sting you if you like step on them?
Yes, I think so.
You think so? You don't really know
Think
that
so.
though
I haven't
because you
really
live in
seen.
Colorado,
Yeah, I
so
haven't seen a jellyfish before.
jellyfish don't live in lakes. So
They might. I'll make it
do
happen.
do you like have you ever like been to the beach?
Um, I have in San Diego one time when I
Okay.
was younger. It was a really crappy day, and there was a dead bird on the beach and seaweed wrapping around our legs, and it was pretty bad.
Oh, that's not a good
It was
experience.
the most just dead things everywhere, washed up.
Obviously, this is a lesson. Don't go to the beach in San
In San
Diego.
Diego, San
I
Diego is
can't say that I've been to that particular beach, but obviously doesn't sound good.
nah.
So, but I gotta tell you a story. As we were driving home from the beach, we drove past. There's like a little shopping center and stuff, and I saw those people who stand on like the corners of the streets with like the signs, and then they twirl them for like advertisements and stuff.
Yeah.
So there was one of those, but it was advertising in urgent care. And I thought to myself, first off, why is an urgent care hiring a person to spin a sign to advertise, their hospital? That's a little like sketchy to go to. Secondly, it's an urgent care. So, if there was an emergency that was urgent, no one would be driving around the streets looking for an urgent care. They'd know where they're going and therefore have no need of an advertisement person swinging a sign around. But I thought that was a little strange. So,
I think it's a conspiracy. They hired the guy to stand on the side of the street, try to make him hurt himself with the sign flipping around and stuff, so then they can get money from him once he comes back to the urgent care.
so so the urgent cares for sign flippers.
Yes.
So anybody who may get hurt flipping a sign, there's an urgent care right there for them.
Yes, there is.
Makes sense, I guess. I mean, I don't know the injury rate for sign flipping, but I mean, it
I
could be
would
pretty high.
if
There's
it
some
was
pretty
me,
crazy
if
sign
it was me, it
flippers.
would be pretty high. I would be hitting myself
That's
constantly.
crazy.
I'd probably drop the sign in the street and I'm like, oh,
Oh, that's great. So,
sheesh.
well, that's about it for real life stuff that's happened to us. I mean, I haven't really done a whole bunch of stuff other than, been to the beach. The waves are cool. There's some pretty tall waves. My cousin, who's 8, he took this wave. He's a pretty like his dad's a surfer guy, so he's out in the waves a lot. And he took this one on a boogie board, and it just wrecked him. He went up and like boom. So he was all right though. He took another wave in, so it was cool. All right.
Cowabunga.
Well, on that note, let's
Yeah.
go over to the weather desk.
To
Kira,
the
how's that
weather.
weather?
Let's find out.
Where are we headed today?
Uh, hold on. We are going to Cooper, Texas.
Cooper, Texas.
Cooper, Texas. All right.
Where is
right,
that near?
Texas.
Okay. I can accept that.
Yes. Right now it's 88 degrees Fahrenheit, but it feels like 92.
Okay.
And it's partly cloudy. I don't know how it feels hotter.
Well,
I think we've had this discussion before
it feels
about how
hotter.
like
That doesn't make sense. Usually it feels like colder because like wind chill or something. Maybe it's like the opposite of wind
but
chill.
It feels like 92.
Because the concrete is so hot, it's reflecting the sun. That's why. That's why it feels 4 degrees hotter. That's how it works in Texas.
Oh wow. And I think later today, high of today is 98 degrees.
98. That's pretty warm.
Even with it being partly cloudy and windy.
Does it say what it's supposed to feel like later today?
Nah.
That's only a present time thing.
Yeah, and it's 20% chance of rain.
Dang, that'd be hot rain. Like boiling water falling on you.
Pouring down from the castle gates.
You shall not pass.
And tonight, it's going to be 76 degrees. Or it's going to be a low of 76. It's probably still going to be 98. And it's mostly clear. No rain, though.
That's good.
Yeah, and that's...
Looks like the folks in Cooper won't have to deal with any rain tonight. Maybe today. Stay inside, folks of Cooper. You might get boiled rain on you. That'd be like acid rain.
Oh my
except not acid, just hot.
Just... Woo.
Whew, avoided that one.
Just crank up your AC and you'll be fine.
That's great. All right. Well, let's go to the sports desk. In sports, if you've been following baseball at all recently, you know there's that major the biogenesis drug where a bunch of players are being accused of taking performance enhancing drugs and all these people are getting banned. Now, Alex Rodriguez, permabanned. Actually, it's maybe a thing because Major League Baseball is trying to suspend Alex Rodriguez under a bargaining agreement instead of the drug rules. Because if you know about Alex, you probably don't because you don't follow sports at all.
Nope.
But Alex Rodriguez has had the drug charges beforehand, and now they're trying to pin him again, and he'll probably be banned for life if he gets caught again. But now they're saying, oh, he actually had other people. He was a promoter for the drugs too with other players. And so they might try and ban him for that. So he's in even more trouble than he was in. What else? A Twitter CEO is violating NCAA rules. So this was interesting. Twitter CEO Dick Costolo is a huge Michigan fan for football. NCAA is college football, if you didn't know that, Zach. He also happens to oversee a social network that's fundamentally reworking the ways that NCAA oversees actions and behaviors of both its players and its boosters. So, Costello, the CEO of Twitter, committed an NCAA violation by tweeting, quote, at Wilson Spite and at George Cambello, amazing. Hashtag go blue. Now, I didn't see any violation in that very short sentence. But apparently, it's fine for future teammates to chat with each other on social networks, but having any booster or supporter talk to people before they're in contract and stuff, it's forbidden. So tweeting one word and a hashtag at somebody violated NCAA rules.
It is forbidden.
I know. It's crazy. Obviously.
But he just violated, and then what? Is there a punishment? Or
it says here it's not as severe a violation as paying players off. Well, that's good.
Well, I guess.
It says Michigan's likely isn't losing any scholarships or banners. They'll just be a slap on the wrist at worst. But the rule is still clear. I don't know what that means. It probably means that something will happen, but no one will know about it.
I see.
They'll be like, oh, you lost $20. He'll be like, oh, dang, I own Twitter, so that doesn't matter. So,
Come at me.
pretty much. I also want to point out that under related news is an article called "Who Makes Selena Gomez's Heart Flutter?" Don't ask me how that's related. Thank you, Yahoo News. Okay, here's the last sports article. The Baltimore Ravens, who are an NFL football team, get super excited when the ice cream truck shows up at their practice.
Who wouldn't?
So I know I'd be pretty excited if ice cream. I mean, it's probably pretty hot at like football practice when you have all that pads on and stuff. I don't know because I don't play football, but there's a video if you want to look it up. If you want to pause this video and look it up, it's like the practice is over, and then it says that their coach, they only allowed the defense to get ice cream, and the offense couldn't because the offense had to do something else. So only half the team could get ice cream and be happy, while the other ones did more work. So that is it for sports. You know, it's all about the ice cream truck. All about the ice cream truck. So, now I guess we're going to real life news because that's like the important stuff that everyone wants to know about.
Right.
Because we always give the highest quality news that's important for the future of our nation.
And
stop frying eggs, Death Valley officials say. Death Valley National Park, which is in California, is near me, kind of.
I've been through it, yeah.
It gets so hot in Death Valley that you can fry an egg with the power of the sun. That is why one Death Valley National Park employee, he fried an egg last week. When she took a frying pan to the pavement and posted a video online. Here's the best part. Park visitors were quick to imitate her, but they didn't use skillets and they left a gooey mess. So they just took an egg, cracked it on the cement, and started frying it.
Are they kind of like trying to eat it or something? Like,
I mean, I would assume so, unless they just want to have the experience.
It needs to cook in 3 seconds.
I mean, it's pretty hot. It might. It said the park issued a plea on its Facebook page to crack down on the egg frying fiasco. So first off, there's people dumb enough to fry eggs on the concrete. Secondly, the park uses the vastly official Facebook page to make sure that no one fries more eggs.
Guys, stop frying eggs.
So it says it's the heights of the temperature have been hovering about 120 degrees, which, you know, it may feel like 124, which could make the difference. The park marked its 100th anniversary of the world's hottest day on record, which is the 134 degrees set there in 1913. Dang, Sheesh. It was even hot back in the day.
Yeah, dude.
Park rangers say the egg frying has since stopped due to rain and clouds that have rolled across Death Valley. So the egg frying hasn't stopped because people realized it was dumb. It's because the sun's not out anymore and they can't fry eggs.
Oh my gosh.
That's so sad. And since that was a short one, we're going to do another one.
Oh.
We're going to talk about science because we're very scientific people.
Yes.
Because studies show that singing happy birthday makes cake taste better.
Are you kidding me?
No. Well, unless this article is.
Is the article kidding me?
I don't know. Let's read it.
All right.
Science has once again stepped up to the plate in a manner of speaking. I like how it had to define in a manner of speaking because science doesn't play baseball. A new study says singing happy birthday actually makes cake taste better. The study, published in the upcoming issue of the journal Psychological Science, finds that the ritual of singing before eating a slice of cake or any other dessert, it's not just cake, we're not limited, increasing one's appreciation of the treat. The result is that the food ends up tasting better, at least in our minds. I don't know what that means. The Happy Birthday to You song hasn't even been around for 100 years. I didn't know that. Through the Guinness World, though the Guinness World Record does call it the most recognizable song in the English language. So, is it the song itself or the ritual? This is a bunch of crap. Do you have any personal routines when it comes to eating food? For example, do you treat yourself to a donut on Friday mornings at work? Voz,
Vase?
who is apparently a scientist guy, he's probably the guy who figured this out. The
Oh.
guy with no life found that personalized eating habits like this carried out in repeated, episodic, and fixed behaviors, resulting in us enjoying that donut in all the more. Did I read that wrong, or did he just write it wrong? Basically, the anticipation of us eating things makes it taste better. I mean, I guess I could accept that. If you like really, really want a food, then you'll enjoy it a lot. But I don't know what that has to do. When I sing Happy Birthday, it doesn't like paint a picture of cake in my mind. Like, I don't know if that's like what happens to this guy, but
What happens to you when you sing Happy Birthday?
well, here, this guy gives an example. Whenever I order an espresso, I take a sugar packet and I shake it, opening the packet, and then I pour a tiny bit of sugar in and then taste. It's never enough sugar, so then I pour about half the packet in. The thing is, this isn't a functional ritual. I should just skip it and pour half the packet right in. In other words, her own personalized consumption habit is an integral part of her enjoyment of the espresso. So pretty much, apparently, doing the same thing before eating something makes you happier when you eat it. Which I don't know if I don't know if I do that enough to tell you if it's true or not.
Well, it explains cannibalistic rituals.
Yeah, apparently it made people taste better. If we cook this person in the same way every time, then they will taste better.
You dance over there. It'll make it taste
So,
better.
so pretty much what we learned is that this scientist person is a cannibal.
Long
That's
story
what we
short,
can
he's
draw.
a cannibal.
That's
He
what we
likes
can
eating
draw
people.
from this study.
Yep.
All right. Well, I think that's enough important real life news. Let's move on to our own gaming career news of vast incredibleness. Zach, what's happened to you in the gaming world?
All right. So I recently got Fallout New Vegas, although I already had it for Xbox, but don't tell anyone. But
So you just
yeah,
wasted more money?
no, it was like $12.
Is this one of these Steam sales that everyone went
Yeah.
crazy over? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so I was just walking around in the Wasteland. I also like backtrack a little bit. At the very beginning, there's a trait that you can choose called Wild Wasteland that makes really weird and humorous events happen, and they say it's like, oh, it's not for the weak of heart or the serious of temperaments and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if this was part of the trait or if it was just a glitch in the game. Like, it made zero sense to me. So I was just walking around. I was like, shot a giant ant over here, shot some giant flies over here. And then all of a sudden I just hear these like mass amounts of gunshots. I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I walk over like towards the sound of gunshots. I know, I'm super intelligent.
Yeah,
So
brilliant choice there. Make sure you
And I
don't do
just-
that in real life.
I just see
Pro
these
tip.
I see these two people just shooting each other, like point blank in the face. Like they're just shooting at each other. And I'm like, what? How is like how are they even alive at this point? Because they're just lead pin cushions for each other. And I'm just walking over, and it was a guy and a girl, and the girl like falls over dead, obviously, and then the guy runs up to me. He's like, "Did you just see that?" I'm like, it's like,
No,
yes.
I didn't see anything.
It's like, no, I just got here. And he's just like, well, she just like attacked me out of nowhere, and because I had these bottle caps with stars on them or whatever, and they're supposedly super important, and they can give you some secret treasure if you have them. I'm like, oh, he's got a bunch of those. I might as well like, take them off his hands. And so I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to kill you now. And he's just like, oh man. And he starts like get into a fight with him. He starts running away. I just shoot him right in the head. And then all of a sudden, like my character turns around and the guy's talking to me. I'm like, wait, where did you come from? And the guy's like, well, I've been following you for a while. I'm a traitor, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what are you doing?
He introduces himself as a traitor.
Like a trader, as in like trading, bartering.
Oh, a trader.
Yes.
Trader
No.
with a D.
Yes. And he's just like, oh, who am I kidding? Like, you're going after those star thingies, aren't you? And he's like, well, you don't look like a bandit. And I'm like, I just killed a man right in front of you for these star caps. And did you see that? Like, what are you doing?
Are you
man?
paying attention?
Yeah. And,
That's funny.
And so I'm like, oh, I'm asking him, like, oh, do you still collect these star caps? And he's like, nah, man, I've given that up a long time ago. And then ended the conversation and stuff like that. I didn't believe him, of course. I'm like, this man, he has some star caps on him. And I'm like, I'm just going to let him take a few steps and then I'm going to end him. And he was walking towards the like expanse of the desert that had like a sandstorm going on. And he was just walking over and I'm like, all right, I'm getting ready to pop a cap in this guy. He just disappears. Just straight up, he's gone. I just like I was staring at my screen in disbelief. This guy, I was so geared up to shoot, and then he just poof. He just like walked into the desert and disappeared. Like I walked over to where he was. I'm like, where did he go?
That's
like,
great.
And I didn't know what to do with myself after that. I was just. It was.
I don't know how to do this.
It was a humbling experience. I don't know.
He's like the traitor of Trader Pass.
Traitor of nature. He just teleports where he wants.
He's like Nightcrawler. That's like the second X-Men reference I've made in the last 2 days. Obviously, I'm going through withdrawals.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was cool. My personal gaming news isn't nearly as interesting. I just wanted to point out the fact that me and Kara have been playing Civilization 5. Sid Meier's Civilization 5,
Excuse
mind you.
Yes.
Because that's proper, because that's what Steam calls it. And whatever Steam calls it goes.
Yeah, dude.
So I've been playing, and we've been playing with one of Kara's friends too. And so what really happened was I'm learning it for the first time. It was like my second game playing. I haven't finished one yet.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens is, you can win in different ways and like culture or just like destroy the rest of the map. Well, the problem with playing with 3 people is that third person's pretty useless. And so I'm pretty useless when it comes to playing with them. It's like, oh, I'm making this amount of culture. Oh, well, I'm doubling that. Oh, I'm making this amount of like science. Oh, I got that too. The only thing I'm winning in is like faith, which you can't win with. So
don't give up. Just don't give up, Draze.
Okay.
Just
okay.
I
won't.
You have enough faith.
I'll never give up. And it may be my downfall. I'm trying to win impossible wars. I have the faith. I have nothing else.
And an army for barbarians.
Yeah,
Sheesh.
If I could just convert them, that'd be cool. I just play that civilization that like has the chance to convert barbarians.
That's actually Germany.
That'd be cool. Yeah,
They
them
could
too.
do that.
Yeah, we could do that.
It'd be great.
That'd be great.
Yeah, dude.
All right, on to our global gaming news. Did you know that women make up almost half of today's gamers?
Where are
That's
they?
where you give a reaction.
Where are they? That's my reaction.
That's what I said. So it says, according to a report released by this week by the Entertainment Software Association, the ESA,
Ooh.
45% of the entire gaming population are women, and they comprise 46 of the most frequent video game purchasers. Now, that statistic's a little off because mothers and grandmothers can buy video games for their children and grandchildren, that doesn't mean that they're gamers.
Maybe.
So I'll just point that out as we go. But it says, for a long time, video gaming was the domain of teenage boys huddled around TVs in dark basements. Sounds like you for the past 2 weeks.
Although
Not
there's
anymore.
not a group of... I'm alone.
It's just you. Women now make up almost half of all gamers, and playing time is increasingly done on the go. According to a report released by this week by the Entertainment Software Association, 45% of the... I just read that. Why you write it twice? Okay.
It's just such amazing statistics, you just have to do it twice.
I guess so. The study 2013 Essential Facts About the Computer and Video Game Industry found that women 18 and older make up 31% of the game-playing population, while boys 17 and under represent only 19% of today's gamers. I think what it is here is that the word gamer is not defined well, because like if you play Farmville on Facebook, this study is qualifying you as a gamer because it says it's got this nice pie chart which you can't see, but it says well, the pie chart's broken and I can't read half the words. 30% of the games are played on their wireless device. Dedicated handheld systems 37%, smartphones 43%, PCs 63%, and consoles 68%.
Think of all the grandmas that have like
those
Angry
percentages
Birds.
Don't even make sense.
What?
68 of what? Percentages of what?
Of human
households that hone. No, this doesn't make sense. I think this is a bunch of crap. Okay, I'm going to just keep reading. The new data underscores the remarkable upward trajectory of video games. It is an entertainment form enjoyed by hundreds and millions of consumers worldwide, said Michael D. Gallagher, president and CEO of the ESA. I wonder if the ESA plays video games or they just talk about people who play video games. In the company's press release, a diverse and energized consumer base, remarkable new hardware, and outstanding software all combine to foster growth of our industry. Gamers have also broken away from their TV and computer screens, spending much of their time on mobile devices. Magid, I don't know who Magid Advisors, found that 45% of smartphone owners play games on their phones regularly. Okay, so that's Angry Birds, The Creeps, Cut the Rope, those games.
Is it?
69% of tablet owners play games on their tablet. Yeah. So the spike in mobile gaming has sent the market for paid smartphone download. See, that's the industry right now, is all the smartphone apps, because everyone's like, well, I'm not going to buy a PS4. I'm going to just download stuff on my iPhone.
I'll get 10 minutes
It'll be
of
so
entertainment. Good. As opposed to the million of hours I'll have with an actual console.
I know. But like I said before, this article is not like hardcore gamers. They're just like, oh, you played a game once in your life. We'll put you in my statistics.
I play hoop and
so
I am gamer.
I played Angry Birds once. I'm a gamer too. So, yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, dude.
So,
agree.
Yeah, so that's about it for interesting game. Oh, and a quick note. Remember EVE Online? It was a game.
It was a game. It is a game?
It was a
game, right?
There's some crazy rare ship that's like rarer than that Titan thing. It got vaped because there was a trader in the corp, and it was valued at $9,000 IRL cash.
Oh.
And I was like, wow.
Like,
now keep in mind that's valued, so like if you combined like Plex sales and added that up,
yeah,
like whatever it was worth in Plex was worth it in 9,000. But still, I mean that's a lot of in-game cash too, because you're thinking of the value of that.
Yeah. It's like, if I ever got a ship like that, I would like put it in my hangar and never take it out, because terrible things happen in EVE. If you just like,
I know.
it,
And what's sad is what it was. It was a corporate betrayal. Someone called an SOS, and then it says they brought in a whole bunch of ships, and it was a massive ambush, and then it got
it's
wrecked.
probably some.
It was 309 billion ISK.
Sheesh. Sounds like a.
Oh.
What is it again? Nullsec. Yeah, that's what it was called. It's probably some like nullsec shenanigans.
Yeah. You know, all those crazy players. It says though at the bottom, there's an interesting note before we log. There's a thing called, you remember when I played Project Entropia? It's like that game.
That game.
Apparently that's the biggest like virtual valued item at $350,000.
Oh,
some space station is valued at.
Sheesh.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
All right. Well, that's all the time we have today. Thank you for listening. If you liked us, you know, you can like subscribe and like our video and favorite our video and add our video to a playlist and like us on Facebook. Except we don't have a Facebook, but you can still like us.
Wait, what?
It's okay.
We don't have a Facebook?
Not for this. I mean, I have a Facebook.
I have a Facebook.
It's not called Draze. I mean, if you want to find me, you can. Good luck.
Good luck.
But yeah, if you didn't like us, you can also like us and comment and subscribe and all that too, because I wouldn't mind. So, all right, that's it. I'm Draze.
And I'm Kira. Yay.
You know, if you're going to do that, you need to be more on top of
Yay.
it. Otherwise, I'm going to just do it for you. All right, that's all we have time for. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.
Bye.